Welcome back to Empowering Me and You, where we explore thought-provoking ideas to help you lead a more fulfilling life. Today, we are diving into a topic that might surprise you: how kindness and compassion, things we often associate with positivity, can actually have a downside. Kindness and compassion are typically associated with positive feelings and actions. However, it is important to recognize its potential pitfalls. We are often told that being kind is one of the most important virtues, and indeed, kindness can bring joy, strengthen relationships, and make the world a better place. On the other hand, compassion is a wonderful quality that allows us to connect with others, show empathy, and offer support. However, when these two virtues are taken to the extreme, they have detrimental effects on our lives. For instance, we have the people pleaser. Let's assume her name is Sarah. She is known among her friends and family as the ultimate people pleaser. Sarah is known for her kindness and willingness to help others. She never hesitates to say yes to requests for help, whether it is taking on extra work at her job, volunteering for various causes, or always being available to listen to her friends' problems. While Sarah's intentions are good, her constant need to please others comes at a cost. She often finds herself overcommitted and overwhelmed, struggling to keep up with all her responsibilities. She sacrifices her own needs and desires to make others happy, leading to feelings of resentment and burnout. Despite her best efforts, Sarah can never seem to please everyone. She fears disappointing others and seeks validation through their approval. This fear drives her to prioritize others' needs over her own, neglecting her own well-being in the process. Sarah's people-pleasing behavior also affects her relationships. She struggles to set boundaries and assert her own needs, often leading to feelings of being taken advantage of. Her inability to say no leaves her feeling trapped and powerless in her own life. To the Sarahs watching this video, learn that true kindness and compassion starts from within. You should begin by setting boundaries, prioritizing your self-care, and learning to say no when necessary. By valuing yourself and your own needs, you will be able to cultivate healthier, more fulfilling relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Next, we have the enabler. Let's name him Mark, a kind-hearted individual who always wants to help those around him. He has a close friend, John, who struggles with addiction. Despite knowing the harm John's behavior causes, Mark can't bear to see his friend suffer and constantly comes to his rescue. At first, Mark's actions seem noble. He provides John with a place to stay, lends him money, and tries to shield him from the consequences of his addiction. However, as time goes on, Mark realizes that his kindness is enabling John's destructive behavior. By constantly rescuing John from the repercussions of his actions, Mark continuously reinforces John's addiction. John comes to rely on Mark to bail him out of difficult situations, instead of taking responsibility for his behavior and seeking help. As a result, John's addiction worsens and their friendship becomes strained. Mark feels trapped in a cycle of enabling behavior, torn between wanting to help his friend and recognizing that his actions are doing more harm than good. To the Marks watching my video today, you should realize that true compassion and kindness means helping others in a way that encourages growth and self-improvement. Setting boundaries with the John in your life will encourage him to seek professional help and take responsibility for his actions. Therefore, it is important to learn the importance of tough love and the difference between enabling and empowering others. As enablers, we should understand that sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to allow others to face the consequences of their actions so they can learn and grow from their experiences. Next, we have the doormat. Let's name her Emily, a kind and caring individual who always puts others' needs before her own. She avoids confrontations at all costs, often agreeing to things she does not want to do and letting people walk all over her. Emily believes that being kind means always being accommodating and never causing conflict. She fears that standing up for herself will make her appear selfish or unlikable, so she suppresses her own feelings and desires to please others. As a result, Emily is often taken advantage of. People around her recognize her lack of boundaries and exploit her kindness for their own benefit. She ends up feeling resentful and powerless, trapped in a cycle of putting others' needs ahead of her own. Over time, Emily's self-esteem suffers and she begins to lose sight of her own identity and values. She feels disconnected from herself, constantly seeking validation and approval from others to feel worthy. Suppose you are the Emily I am talking about. Realize that your fear of confrontation is holding you back from living a fulfilling life. You should start to assert yourself more, setting boundaries and standing up for your needs. While this is initially challenging, you will eventually regain control over your life and rebuild your self-esteem. Therefore, we should learn that true kindness includes being kind to oneself, understanding that setting boundaries is not selfish but necessary for maintaining healthy relationships and a strong sense of self-care. Then we have the overgiver. His name, Alex, a generous and compassionate individual who always goes above and beyond to help others. He never hesitates to offer his time, money, and resources to those in need, believing that being kind means always being available to help. While Alex's intentions are genuine, his constant giving leaves him feeling drained and overwhelmed. He neglects his own needs and well-being, putting others' needs ahead of his own. He struggles to say no, fearing that he will disappoint or let others down. As a result, Alex finds himself overcommitted and unable to keep up with all his responsibilities. He sacrifices his own happiness and fulfillment in the pursuit of helping others, leading to feelings of resentment and burnout. Suppose you are an Alex out here, you should realize that your own overgiving is not sustainable. You should begin to set boundaries and prioritize self-care. Learn to say no when necessary and focus on your own well-being. True kindness includes being kind to oneself so that you can continue being helpful to others in a more sustainable and fulfilling way. Then we have the rescuer. Let's assume our rescuer's name is Maya, a caring and empathetic individual who always wants to help those in need. She has a strong desire to rescue others from their problems and hardship, believing that it is her responsibility to fix things for them. Maya's intentions are noble, but her constant rescuing behavior prevents others from learning from their mistakes and developing resilience. She swoops in to solve problems before they escalate, but in doing so, she robs others of the responsibility to grow and learn from their experiences. Maya realizes that her rescuing behavior is not sustainable. She should begin to recognize the importance of allowing others to face their own challenges and learn from them. To the Mayas out here, start stepping back and offer support and guidance rather than immediately jumping in to solve problems for others. Through this experience, learn that true compassion involves empowering others to help themselves. Understand that allowing others to face their own challenges is helping them build resilience and self-confidence. Then we have the emotional sponge. Our emotional sponge name is Tom, a highly empathetic individual who has a knack for understanding and feeling emotions of those around him. He is always there to listen to others and offer support, often taking on their emotional burdens as his own. Tom's empathy is a gift, but it also comes with a price. He absorbs the negative emotions of others, leaving him feeling overwhelmed and emotionally exhausted. He struggles to separate his own emotions from those of others, often feeling overwhelmed by the weight of their problems. Tom should realize that his empathy is causing him distress. He should begin to set boundaries and practice self-care, learning to protect himself from being overwhelmed by others. He should understand that while it is important to be empathetic, he cannot sacrifice his own well-being in the process. To the Toms watching this video, learn that true empathy involves understanding and supporting others without absorbing their emotions. Discover that by setting boundaries and taking care of yourself, you can continue to be a source of support and empathy for those around you. These stories demonstrate that while compassion and kindness are valuable, it is essential to set boundaries and prioritize self-care. True compassion involves caring for others while also caring for yourself. It's about finding a balance that allows you to help others without sacrificing your own well-being. At the same time, kindness is a beautiful trait. It should never come at the expense of your own well-being. It is okay to say no, set boundaries, and prioritize yourself. True kindness starts from within, and by taking care of yourself, you will be able to show genuine kindness to others. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like and subscribe for more empowering content. Remember, compassion and kindness are beautiful qualities, but it is important to practice them wisely. Until next time, stay empowered.